Hello everyone, and welcome down memory lane. Today is the time to witness the true story behind one of the gaming's most legendary icons in the fictional high school of Shigeru High.
Hey guys, I'm Akira Kitamura, and I'm proud to have you all on my team. We're gonna have tons of fun, just you wait. As you're aware, we at Capcom
are all about torturing children in the arcade, nourishing ourselves of their screams of anger, their screams of despair, and their agony of being out of quarters to continue playing.
So, now that there's at last a console worth programming on, our bosses asked us to create the first console-exclusive Capcom game. Isn't it great? Oh, wait a moment. Oh yeah, they told me about you. Come in. Guys, I'm pleased to welcome aboard Keiji Inafune, who just did the graphics for an arcade game called Street Fighter. Hello guys. Okay, so go sit by Rudolph, who's gonna take care of the American version. Hi, why are you dressed like that?
I lost a bet.
Ah, okay. Anyway, I already have this idea about an expert in robotics called Dr. Light. In 2000-something, he created 6 humanoid robots to be used for industrial purpose, heavy lifting, working in cold and hot temperatures, cutting solid stuff, electricity fixing, and demolition. All of a sudden, they go haywire and start attacking people. He learns that this was in fact the work of his jealous rival, Dr. Wily, with his legendary eyebrows. Dr. Light's assistant robot was programmed with the ability to think and make his own decision, so he offers to be changed into a battle-suited robot to go after them and fight for everlasting peace. Dr. Light does so and adds in the ability to absorb Robot Master's powers to use on the other Robot Masters so that he can learn and evolve just like the player. And so is born Rainbow Battle Kid. No.
How about Mega Man?
Oh, you don't like it? Well, Dr. Light's other useless assistant is called Roll, so we could call him Rock, just for the pun, you know, rock and roll. So, how about Rockman?
Well, I prefer Mega Man.
Well, it's gonna be weird later if he has 2 names, won't it?
I'm sticking to Mega Man. And don't make me angry about this, it's not a pretty sight, believe me.
Okay then, and Inafune, this is where you come in. I already did the pixel art for Rockman, but you're better than me at drawing things, so can you properly draw him for all those promotional stuff? Okay?
Now remember, you get to draw him, but I, Akira Kitamura, created Rockman or Mega Man. He is my creation, not yours. Anyone who says that Keiji Inafune created Mega Man is a numbskull who can't do simple research right. Are we clear on this?
Wasn't it Rockman?
Are we clear on this?
Yeah, sure. Now for you, Rudolph. As we're a bit short on time, you know, as the game will release everywhere in the world on December 17, 1987, I will need a box cover art for after the review in 5 minutes. We need to get it started. I can hear people yawning in front of their screen.
I don't even know what Mega Man looks like.
Well, use your imagination.
Are you sure? Well, alright then.
Okay then, so with all that out of the way, Pat, how good is the actual game?
Sorry about that. Actually, before I answer that, let me tell you about my own personal background with Mega Man, because I know it has a very strong fan base, and a lot of people on YouTube talking about Mega Man are usually pretty strong fans of this series.
Fans got together and did an actual feature-length Mega Man film that you can watch for free right now. Well, after this review, please. The link is in the description. Actually, the fanbase is taking better care of Mega Man than Capcom does these days. But in fact, I'm not a big fan of this series because I did not grow up with Mega Man. I always knew what the games were, and my unfortunate first contact with the Blue Bomber was on Mega Man DOS of all things, but let's not delve deeper into this mess. I did play the Mega Man X series on Super NES first, and I loved them, but it was not until I bought the Mega Man collection on PlayStation 2 that I played the original series in one go, so I admit they kind of all mix up in my mind right now. So now on to the game itself, Mega Man. After a very basic title screen, you begin by choosing one of 6 stages. What? Objection! 6 stages? That's not true! Usually there's...
Whoa, hey, whoa. But now there are only 6 of them.
Anyway, that's pretty much a first in the industry. In Mega Man, there is no straight path. You choose in which order you play the levels to reflect the fact that Mega Man can make his own decisions. You can start up with the ice level to be done with it already, in the foundry, or in a random Montreal street in summer.
The same, isn't it?
You run around and jump everywhere with your mouth open and shoot everything on sight with your literal pea shooter. At the end of the level, a boss fight against the level's Robot Master awaits you. After you beat it, you can use its weapon whenever you like. The weapons they give you vary widely in usefulness. The Hyper Bombs, for example, are completely useless because they're way too slow to be useful. But the Ice Slasher can stop enemies on their tracks, and the Thunder Beam just rocks. The main point of these weapons though is that each and every single one of them is the weakness to another Robot Master. Be careful when you defeat them though, you can still get hurt afterwards. The levels themselves do offer some variety and are pretty fun and challenging, if inconsistent. Let me explain. Each level can be a first, so most start easy, letting you study the challenges ahead at your own pace, but they get increasingly harder as you move further into them. If so, then why is the first disappearing block in Iceman's stage accompanied by this moving spike enemy? It's just annoying you! Yes, you can use the rolling cutter to destroy it, but if it's your first level, you concentrate more on avoiding it than on observing the block pattern. Speaking of enemies, robots drop health and ammunition pickups to help you on your journey, and these little pellets that give you points. Level exclusive enemies are quite rare here, but each of them are very distinct from each other, unlike in Metroid for example, where some monsters were just sprite swaps. You get the Met, who protects himself with his hat. Some robots are pea sponges that hurt like a truck. This one has a weak point, and others rely on their shield and agility. It's in their placement that the team must have had a sadistic fun time. Mega Man per se controls fine, I guess. He always slides a bit when you want to stop, or just outright continues to run when you pick up a health pellet. And of course, he is subject to the curse of the NES platformer, the knockback. You do get some invincibility frames when you get hit, but they are useless if you fall on the numerous spikes. Each level comes with its own musical themes, some more catchy than others, but we have a good lighthearted soundtrack overall. On the tip side of things, well, first we'll need this to finish the game. Just saying. Also, after you're done with the first 6 levels, you unlock the 4 final level, which you have to do in one go. And the boss of the first level is that big fat yellow piece of sh**. Okay, I'll say this outright. His weakness is the Thunder Beam, because here's what the normal pea shooter does to him. And you can only hit his eye when his form is complete. You will die to him a lot. But he always follows the same pattern, so observe, try to keep your calm, and someday in your lifetime, you just might do it. Barely. And yeah, I know about the pause screen exploit, but I tried to still edge it here. So, okay, some cheap deaths, knockbacks, some really hard bosses, it's all fine. Getting Dr. Wily to bow before you is already a pretty hard challenge unto itself, but what does make this Mega Man in particular one of the hardest games on the NES exactly? The answer, I think, can be found right on the title screen. Well, okay, let's press start. No load game, no password, nothing. On the original NES Grey cartridge, you wanted to finish Mega Man, you had to do it all in one go. Practice makes perfect, I guess, and you do get unlimited continues that enable you to restart the same stage. If you're at the last Wily stages, but you want to study the Yellow Devil's pattern, for example, you have to do all the robot stages all over again. Luckily, the various compilations do feature a saving system, but you do have to do all the Wily stages in one go anyway. Altogether, it is a fine game, but if you're curious about starting this series, don't start with this one.
Chances are, if you want to play the Mega Man series, we'll either get the Anniversary Collection I mentioned earlier,
or the Legacy Collection that is easier to find these days, which have most games in the series, and any of the other Mega Man games is a better entry point than this one. There is an overarching story, but you don't need to follow it religiously to enjoy these games anyway. Each game can also be downloaded individually on Nintendo's and PlayStation's eShop, but whatever you do, just avoid the mobile version. Speaking of the Anniversary Collection, well, let's talk about this for a minute so that I don't have to do it again in the future. You can enable an easy mode in this one, you can have more lives, which I admit I used, and you can have Navi mode, which does not give you an annoying fairy, but does give you a clear ammo count, and a hint system that thinks you have no brain. I mean, good god, didn't Dr. Light give Mega Man the ability to think? Mega Man games in general have a pretty high difficulty, but they are great fun and have a lot of variety to them. This series in particular has spawned more spin-off series than some series have games, so needless to say, if you love what you play here, you have a lot of choice with the word Mega Man on it.
Well, what you're saying is all interesting, but, well, that series things will have to wait. I just got the cells and our game's tanked, guys. You're all assigned elsewhere.
What? No! We still had a ton of ideas for it. I wonder why you didn't sell. My god, Rudolph, did you drink or what? He looks nothing like in the game. He looks like he's 40, he has a gun, he's yellow. Hey, don't look at me. You didn't have to make it so hard. I have nothing to do with that. I just drew him. Well, and what's the big idea of changing the story to a Monsteropolis city containing 7 empires, you banana-suited thing?
Whoa, guys. Now's not the time to get at each other's throat. We have to look forward, okay? We're all assigned at different projects, but we all loved working on Mega Man, right? It was a lot of fun. I say, don't give up. I'm pretty sure Mega Man's gonna be back at some point, okay? See you later, guys. Hey, Rudolph, wanna go for a drink?
Yeah, sure, why not?
So yeah, I think he's right. It's not the last we'll see of the big-footed blue bomber.
I don't know. Maybe we need to completely change everything to expand to a new audience. You're talking about video games, right? Oh, it's all garbage if you ask me. This market, they don't even know what's good and what's not. Or maybe I just never did anything good.
Hey man, calm down, it's okay. What is your name? Well, why don't you tell us all about it?
So that was Mega Man. If you liked that video, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, like the Chronopath on Facebook. And I'd like to ask the fans out there, what was your favorite Mega Man boss battle? Could be either the X series, the original, ZX, whatever. There are quite a lot out there. And, well, starting next episode, we're gonna have quite the big JRPG wave. Starting with what happens when you mix Dragon Quest, Dungeons and Dragons, and American football. I'll see you then, guys.